And we begin with that breaking news in the Ukraine crisis. Tensions nearing a tipping point as the world waits for Vladimir Putin's next move. Tonight, U.S. officials saying up to 50% of the more than 150,000 Russian troops surrounding Ukraine are in attack positions. Russia today flexing its military muscle and massive joint exercises in Belarus. These images from Russian defense forces. Those drills included the launching of at least one nuclear-capable missile. Vladimir Putin watching from the Kremlin. Vice President Kamala Harris meeting Ukraine's President Zelensky in Munich, saying we are at a decisive moment in history. Zelensky calling for sanctions now and asking for a direct meeting with Putin. Ukraine's military blaming Russian-backed separatists for an artillery attack that killed 2 soldiers, journalists, and Ukrainian officials who were visiting the front running for cover.
Tonight, Russian war games on full display as the Ukraine crisis escalates. Russia test firing at least one nuclear-capable ballistic missile, also firing hypersonic weapons from the air and sea. A rehearsal, perhaps, but also seen as a warning. President Putin overseeing the drills with Belarusian President Lukashenko, billed as the finale of major Russian military exercises. The Kremlin's troops were due to head home afterwards, but a Belarus defense official telling ABC News they might not, amid fears they could be used instead to invade Ukraine. Tonight, US officials say up to 50% of the estimated 150,000 Russian troops amassed near the border with Ukraine are now in attack positions. President Biden saying Putin has made his decision to invade, and his top US military officials agreeing Russia is poised to strike.
Those forces are now beginning to uncoil and move closer to the border.
Today, a frantic diplomatic push with many of the president's top security team in Europe. Vice President Harris meeting with Ukrainian President Zelensky in Munich, calling this a decisive moment in history, saying the US stands with Ukraine.
If Russia further invades Ukraine, the United States, together with our allies and partners, will impose significant and unprecedented economic costs. History will show that at this moment, we are standing strong.
Zelensky beleaguered but strong and impassioned, calling on Putin to meet as tensions soar, and calling on the international community to impose sanctions on Russia now, not after a possible attack.
We don't need your sanctions after the bombardment will happen, and after our country will be fired at, or after we will have no borders, or after we will have no economy, or parts of our countries will be occupied. Why would we need those sanctions then?
As the talking continues, further escalation in eastern Ukraine today. Intensified shelling between Russian-backed rebels and government troops claiming the lives of 2 Ukrainian soldiers. Ukrainian lawmakers visiting the front lines, forced into bomb shelters by incoming artillery. Worries that Russia is stoking escalation now in the east as a pretext for invasion. Russian-backed separatists here ordering a mobilization of fighting-aged men, without evidence citing alleged threats from Ukrainian forces. Sirens have been blaring, and they've tried to arrange mass evacuations to Russia. Amid US allegations, these threats and attacks are being fabricated to justify an invasion any day now.